if something happens to one of us and just makes us go crazy?
All we can do is be good for this one baby. We don't have control over much else.
And my eyes confound me.
So let's get right to the nitty-gritty.
Right.
You know, you are an amazing director. You have quite a list of movies, and they're very different.
Yes.
This movie is unique in that you have a cast of some really, really comedic actors. The two leads, in fact, play the most serious characters of the movie.
Yeah, I know.
What was the reasoning behind that?
Well, I thought that they both had the warmth and the humanity and the sort of softness to play the parts in a way, and they're both very, very lovable creatures, John and Maya, you know, as people, and I felt that you get that from them on screen. But you know, it'd be wrong to say that they were just playing the straight guys, because they're very funny too, and I think particularly John at times is pretty out there in terms of, you know, his character's antics. But I was in a nice position where, because it was a small movie, I didn't need stars to, you know, to sell the film, and so I went for people who could surprise an audience, and they surprised me too, you know, because even though I love them both, and they both, you know, I felt very confident about them going in. They were much better than I ever thought they would be.
I mean, we're 34.
33.
We don't even have this basic stuff figured out.
We're not screw-ups.
We have a cardboard window.
And then I heard this was a green production.
Yes, that's right.
Was that something that you were really adamant about?
Well, it was actually suggested to me by the producers, and I thought it was a great idea, you know, because you always go on a movie sets thinking, you know, looking at all the trucks everywhere and the generators and the SUVs and think, God, this is such a, it feels so exorbitant, do you know what I mean? And kind of almost vulgar in a way, and it was so great to walk on a set and see tiny trailers and everyone driving around in Priuses and tiny hybrids, and, you know, eating off paper plates with recyclable cutlery and drinking from their own metal water bottles and all this. I don't know, it felt like a little village, you know, and it also felt it reduced the size of everything, and it meant that the set felt more like a family, and in a weird way it helped the movie.
The coolest thing about doing a green movie was to see how easy it was. I think in my head I was like, we're going to wear like nothing, or terry cloth, whatever, like leaves, and then we won't be eating or drinking because there will be trash. And it's not true at all. It's a really phenomenal way to do things, and I hope, obviously, that it catches on.
Well, what is it that you want people to take home after watching this film?
Well, I hope they find themselves and they spot themselves in the movie somewhere, you know, and you know, I certainly feel very attached to Bert and Verona, even though they're very different from me. You know, somehow I feel like they're my friends, and I hope they laugh a lot, because I think it's very funny, and I hope they're moved at the end, and you know, and I hope they realise that watching the different ways of parenting children and the different places to live, that there's no such thing as a perfect place, and there's no such thing as a perfect parent, you know, and you know, you just have to do the best you can and find the place that's perfect for you, you know, and if you can, then you're lucky.
And away we go.
Taylor. Keep going on and on.